Hello everyone, in this video I want to go over manually updating the shell script that is responsible for our firmware upgrades in the command line interface of the Cubro Packetmaster series of network packet brokers, and the reasons that we may need to do this. I'm going to be doing this process on a Mac, so all of these instructions are equally applicable to a Linux or Unix machine, and I'll be showing how to do this process on a Windows machine in another video. So you're going to see here in my terminal window that I have an SSH session open to my Cubro EX32 Packetmaster. And at our root prompt, running the ls command is going to give us a listing of all of our directory contents. We're going to see this exupdate.sh shell script file in this directory. And this is really the sole mechanism by which we do firmware upgrades using the command line interface of the Packetmaster. Now, aside from bug fixes, at the time of this video recording, there's a very important reason to make sure that you have the most recent version of this shell script, and that's because all of the Packetmaster firmware images are now hosted at a new URL. So older versions of this shell script are going to attempt to download those firmware images from an old URL that's no longer in use. Therefore, your firmware download is going to fail, and your firmware upgrade, by virtue of that, is also going to fail. And this might leave you wondering why that is happening. Well, it's simply because of that URL change, and this is fixed in the most recent version of this shell script. So, the first thing you can do is check which version of the exupdate.sh shell script you actually have. And to do that, you can use any number of Unix commands like head, cat, more, less. I'm just going to use the head because it only shows us a handful of the first lines, and exupdate3.sh. And you're going to see right below the shebang the version number 3.3.3. Now, at the time of this recording, this is incidentally the most recent version of this shell script, but let's just assume for the sake of argument that I have an older version here that I need to upgrade. Okay, well, let's just jump out of our SSH session for the moment, and let's go to the directory of firmware images for Cubro devices, and you're going to find that at https://www.cubro.com/cubro/update. And you're going to see right in the root folder here that we have exupdate3.sh, and this will always be the most recent version of this shell script. Just as a side note, anywhere you see these eye icons, if you click on those, you can get your hash files. So if you like to verify your hashes before applying upgrades or copying files, it's good practice, and you can do that here. Click on exupdate3.sh, and we're going to get this text page, and you can see version 3.3.3 right there. Let's right-click and save this page as, and make sure that this is titled exupdate3.sh. I'm going to save it to my downloads folder, and now we're going to jump back into our terminal. I'm just going to change my directory to downloads, and we'll see right there that I have my newest version of my shell script. And knowing that we can SSH into this device, we can also use SCP, or the Secure Copy Protocol, to copy the shell script over to the Cubro Packetmaster. So we're just going to type SCP, and then the name of the shell script, and then our username for our Packetmaster, and its IP address, just as if we were SSHing to the device. And we're going to follow that up with a colon, and then a /MNT//flash. And this is the directory that we need to make sure that we copy this shell script into for it to function properly and replace the old one. So once we get all that done, go ahead and hit enter. It's going to prompt you for the username for your Packetmaster user. Providing that, you should see that we have 100% upload of our shell script to the Packetmaster. And you can verify whether this worked or not by jumping back into your SSH session and just running that head or more or less or cat command one more time on exupdate3.sh, and you should see the most recent version number available there. So at this point, we are ready to start upgrading our firmware using the command line interface of the Packetmaster, but we're going to save that for another video. And again, I'll cover the copying of the shell script file using a Windows machine to the Packetmaster in another video as well. So for now, thanks for watching, and take care, everyone.